Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show from the AshleyMadison.com studios, downtown Manhattan. My first guest is a guy who's been here before, just got back from Amsterdam. And when a comedian gets back from Amsterdam, I'm sure there's stories. The great Paul Morrissey's here.
Yeah, it's always a goal to make it back.
Are you plugging anything in particular? What do you got coming up?
I'm back. I'm getting out of this weather in New York. I'm at the Ice House in Pasadena.
You're going out to play a place called the Ice House in warm weather.
The Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa
club.
Beach.
Both great clubs, yeah.
So, yeah, back to the beach.
You're playing the Comedy Magic Club?
Mm-hmm.
I was just in Hermosa Beach.
Have you ever? I've done stand-up there, too. It's a great club. Have you been there?
Yeah, I mean, we went the last couple years when stand-up was in the Rose Bowl because my buddy that I played with has a house there.
Where do you live out there?
I'm in Studio City.
Okay,
so
it's a bit of a ride.
Yeah, I gotta keep at it. I gotta keep hungry. You know, you live on the beach, you just give up.
Well, here's the thing, you know, especially in L.A., you know, you do have to. Like in New York, it almost kicks you in the ass. Like get up and do something. There's nothing else to do except look at this garbage on the corner. So you go to clubs, and the clubs are all close to each other. You go in L.A., it's a big commitment. It's a big commitment to get the club and do spots, and it takes 45 minutes. By car, you're in traffic, you do the spot, you're like, I should have done better. You go to another spot, traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Am I being discouraging?
No. But there's also a lot of people that just have money somehow, which
I don't understand.
That's Hermosa Beach, man. I don't think anyone works in Hermosa Beach. I think, and it's distracting. I mean, you get up, you look out, and there's the ocean.
A lot of people do yoga for a living.
And you just go and walk on the beach and hang out.
Yeah, people say that.
It's amazing. You go surf. And
well, you know what's going on here. I bet a lot of people come from money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the only explanation. They come from cash.
That's not me.
You're like Fogarty said, man. You ain't no senator's son.
And
you ain't no millionaire's son.
I can't even survive out there for much longer. Did you get any color at all?
Oh, yeah.
I tell you,
a little bit.
You look like George Hamilton.
But I can't even do like a spray tan like that. It just looks like something exploded while I had binoculars on or something.
Do you know any funny person as a comic who spray tans?
No.
Okay.
Or golf.
Maybe some golfers. Now what? So what is your goal ultimately?
The ultimate goal.
Yeah.
I guess to like we talked about earlier, I used to be a TV sports anchor. I covered young John Ritchie there.
That's right.
And I was basically doing what Norm Macdonald did on Weekend Update on a real TV station. So I got fired from a real TV station, but I guess I could get a job doing Weekend Update on SNL or The Daily Show or something like that. So that might be something that would fit.
So that's a goal. So I'm just going to go with something that might be a reality check. Suppose that doesn't happen.
I could be man on the street for the Artie Lange Show.
Yeah. Hey, no, I mean, listen, that's a more realistic goal.
I could be the Ashley Madison man on the street.
You bring up a good point because there's a lot of luck that goes into this business. If you would have told me, 20 years ago, what do you want to do? I would have said, well, I'm hoping Jackie Marling leaves the Stern Show and I get that spot. People, they would have punched you in the face.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to happen. So I got very lucky.
And read The Secret.
It's timing. Well, I don't know what it was. It was timing is what it was. You got to have a lot of luck.
Well, and the discouraging thing is you work so hard at stand-up and working on the act, and then last year I did a Nike commercial with Chris Paul. Which I think
I remember that.
I was barely in, and I made more money than I did doing stand-up the entire year. So that kind of makes you...
Is that depressing or not?
A little bit. It's good, though, because I'm like, I can still do stand-up and do one acting gig a year.
Right.
And,
I know, if that comes in.
It's just like, you get a sitcom gig or something like that. You just enjoy it while it's there.
It really is. It's and when I look back, I've led a charmed existence. I've had a lot of luck. A lot of luck because I was a regular on a sitcom for a couple of years. That is just retirement type stuff.
Yeah.
That's like a retirement thing.
But you can always do stand-up. That's the cool thing. You never have to worry about a guy giving you the script or anything like that. You can just go out in front of your fans.
That's why it's good to know how to do stand-up and to have a following. It's actual work, but you're right. You make a living at it.
Right.
You go to the city and they give you a bunch of money to do stand-up. And it's fun.
And we were just talking about how, performing overseas, to know that people in all these other countries are listening to your podcast and know your act,
Did you find that in Amsterdam? People knew you?
Yeah, and they knew the guy that was with me, Ari Shafir, has a podcast too, and they kind of knew him. And
So many podcasts.
yeah.
My God.
It is weird. It's like it's cool that you can do your own thing, but there definitely is quality control problem.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
it's just a bunch of basically the floodgates have opened with
Right.
podcasts. I mean, every comic. And look, if you're a funny guy, and you know you're in this business and you're trying to make it, you go, well, why should I have a podcast?
Right.
I should try to be funny, and hopefully people will listen and it'll hit. And a couple of guys are making a mark.
And Connecticut School of Broadcasting has
Yeah.
podcasting now.
Of course, they should. And hopefully they'll be erecting a statue of me and James there.
Yeah.
We're both, of course, alumni.
Yeah.
But
James is working out of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting at times, right?
Yeah, sometimes, yep.
what do you do?
Teach the board.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yep.
At what campus?
Hasbrook Heights, the same one you went to. It's a new building.
I didn't
now.
go to Hasbrook Heights. I went to the one I went to is defunct.
It's the
Wait, it's
same-
not even
Rochelle
in Connecticut?
Park.
Oh, well.
That's okay. Let's talk off the air.
Oh, jeez.
Let's talk off the air. It's not gonna. That is the illusion.
This seems like the University of Phoenix.
I went to. I was one of the first people to get scholarship money because we were on welfare at the time because my father had fallen, and they got me 3/4 of my fee was paid
Oh, yeah?
through a program they had. Yeah, and when I left, I didn't know how to play a cassette tape. But I did have the gumption to move forward, though. You know.
Yeah.
And nothing that I did there is the reason I'm here, but I got this through stand up. But I do
Right.
admire the fact that they try to help you. You know, they have a good
Yeah.
job placement plan.
Well, I mean, to downplay it, I mean, I when I got into TV sports anchor, I thought it was a great, because it was an on-air job.
Yeah.
But it was for literally, I think it was $16,000 a year.
Wow.
So I was under contract for minimum wage, which I don't think that's
Wow.
even legal.
Oh man. Yeah.
it's
What
like
do you
you-
when you renegotiate? What?
You get your clothing allowance gets upped from 100 to 150.
But you got to do it though. You got.
Well, that's and you love what you're doing, and you're on the air, so they know you're
Right.
going to do a good job. You're not going to embarrass yourself,
Yeah.
you know.
You
So,
hope.
yeah.
You hope.
Well, it's not like you're going to be like, oh, we don't have any stories today. Good night. Like you're gonna fight your way out of it.
So people literally though in Amsterdam knew your podcast.
yeah, and it's
So did you have groupies like red light district
Nice.
groupies?
red
there?
light district groupies. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if the Russian mafia would approve of that.
Yeah, you got to keep them making the money where they have to make the money.
But yeah, it is so funny when you talk to people because you're like, I went to Amsterdam, and they already think you're just there to party. And then you say, oh, we went to the Anne Frank house. Then we went to the Heineken factory.
Right. Yeah. I went to the Anne Frank house too, and I was trying to. What you do is you keep up appearances. You go to the Anne Frank house for an hour, and then you bang a whore for 3.
And then you go to the Van Gogh Museum, and then you go to a coffee house and smoke pot for 10 hours.
The Van Gogh Museum. I told you the guy on my tour, he looked like one of the Hitler Youth, and he pointed out the Anne Frank house, and then he wept for about 3 seconds, and he went, "And that is a great place for pancakes." So he was choked up about it for a little while. And the place he pointed out I must say, I had some weed there, and then I ate pancakes. Oh my God. It was the best pancake I ever had in my life in Amsterdam. It's like a manhole cover.
Oh, okay.
With butter all over it, and I had syrup on my shirt.
Because they had these, they were like crackers, but they had syrup baked into them.
Of
so it
course
was
they
like
did.
dried, like cooked pancakes on the go.
And the syrup's in it.
Yeah, it's like cooked in.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Anybody got any food?
Let's go back.
All right.
But think about that. Like, some people had the wherewithal to go, look, all these guys smoking weed, they're going to want this. And you corner the market on all that, you know?
And then there's too many bikes around, though. That was the one thing. Did you notice that?
I know a lot of bicycle. And you get a lot of angry looks from the guys on the bike if you're not getting out of the way quick enough. They
Yeah.
give you a look like, calm down.
Because it's like road rage on a bike. Like
Yeah.
they have like anger towards pedestrians.
Right.
So weed plus like bikes coming out of everywhere isn't usually good if
No.
you're paranoid. But
You get a 3-speed up your Katukas. And it really is. It's the in shape people with the bikes. They get a little annoying. Like, get out of the way, and like, you get out of the way. I'm a tourist here. I'm bringing money here. You know how much I spent on pot muffins? Just
Space
now?
cakes.
Space cakes. Now, how long were you there for?
well, I was there for 5 days, and we stayed in the hotel where John and Yoko did their they're sleeping.
Right.
So that was
yeah,
romantic.
Exactly. Which
And,
was an odd thing. You know that story?
No, what happened?
In protest of the war, John and Yoko went in a hotel in Amsterdam, didn't get out of bed. They just stayed in bed. They were like Boschetti, basically.
Yeah.
And a reporter, because they're so famous, reporters started coming in, and they're holding press conferences in bed about, give peace, and they start singing "Give Peace a Chance."
Oh, nice.
What is there? I'm basically covering it, right?
It's like $3,000 a night now. So
Is that
yeah,
what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they let them sleep as long as they wanted to.
$3,000 a night. You see, that's totally taken all the spirit out of what they were about.
Very corporate.
Right.
But yeah, and then Switzerland, we were in Montreux, which that's where Deep Purple's "Smoke on the Water" that was
Yeah,
about
that's right.
Montreux. And Queen did Under Pressure with Bowie. They had a few drinks and cut that in the studio there.
No kidding.
Yeah. And there's a big jazz festival. We performed in the Miles Davis Theater. So
That's cool.
so that part was great, but then it is French speaking mostly, and then they speak a type of German that German people don't even understand. So there was a
Really?
little bit of a language.
what is that, Hebrew?
I don't know. It just has different kinds of cheeses interweaving with German.
Well, it does seem there's a lot of dialects over there. But you think to yourself, there might be a million different languages going on because there's so many different cultures in Europe packed into a place not as big as the United States.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's why, like, Montreal even is all the acts are a little bit more physical. You know what I mean? You
Right.
gotta act out or be a mime or something like that.
Oh, is that? Yeah, exactly. Because no one
Just to
understands.
translate, yeah.
No one understands anything.
Yeah. But yeah, there was a ton of cheese. There was like they would hollow out like French baguettes and just pour like cheese with wine sauce in it and just hand it to you like a hoagie. It was
wow.
It was amazing. Raclette. Have you ever had that? Raclette?
No, but I'm gonna. What is
They
it?
just scrape like cheese into meat and then let it harden and you just
They scrape cheese into meat
Yeah, they like
and they let it harden.
they kind of have those big half moons of cheese like in Tom and Jerry. Remember that cheese? And they just heat it up and scrape it into a plate and then put meat on top of it.
Oh.
It's not a new invention.
And then you let it congeal.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you chop it up.
Right. It's
That's
pretty good.
amazing. So
Do we
there's
have a
no
chef
bread?
here tonight?
There's no bread involved?
Nope. It's just the cheese and meat.
Man, why? So and it just makes enough. You don't even need the bread.
No.
Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds like pizza again. This thing my Italian uncle used to make. They just take all those Italian cold cuts, super sod, gabagool, mozzarella, and what do they call that other one? Mortadella, and they just bake it into like a cheesecake, like an Italian cheesecake, and it's unbelievable. It's so decadent, but it's great. I'm so hungry right
I know.
now. All right, we gotta take a break. We're gonna take a break, and we'll get back. We'll talk more comedy, more food. Maybe you can give Boschetti some advice.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.